Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's time to do another Stitch Fix unboxing, and for this one I was super excited to see what my stylist Jessica picked out for me. So as you guys know, I'm in the process of getting rid of all synthetics from my closet in favor of natural fibers, particularly 100% cotton clothing. And I've just come to realize that Stitch Fix doesn't have a lot of that in their inventory, at least for the time being. So what I've told Jessica is, obviously, first and foremost, please always just keep an eye out to see if something like that pops up in the inventory. But if you don't see anything that's 100% cotton, just send me like cute, fun stuff. Like in particular, I want fun colors, like fun patterns, like stripes and florals. And she definitely delivered on those points, starting with this top here. Now, my husband loved this pullover. He just thought the color story was so much fun. And so did I. Like, I really don't have anything like this in my collection. Now, unfortunately, it is not a 100% cotton top. It's actually a blend. I forget exactly what it is. It's, yeah, cotton, viscose, and modal. Super soft to the touch though, and I love the fact that they went with the wider cuff on the sleeve that also matches the wider cuff at the bottom of the garment. Just a classic crew neck that is so versatile to add to your wardrobe, because what I love about sweaters like this in particular is, like, obviously you can throw this on with a great pair of pants or jeans and look fabulous, but I love wearing tops like this with a solid colored skirt just to give your outfit like more zhuzh. I just think it creates such a playful, fun, flirty look. Okay, so this next top epitomizes the style that I love to wear in the spring season. Unfortunately, this is 100% rayon, so it's not something I'm going to keep. But it really does have a sweet print. Like, I'm just really drawn to ditzy florals lately. Now, this does have a 3/4 length sleeve with a proper cuff, which you guys know I'm a huge fan of. I hate it when they slap cheap elastic on a cuff. And a nice attention to detail, they covered the button with a piece of fabric. So you also have 3 buttons running down the front of the bodice here. And then you have this pleating that ends right at the end of the bust line, which actually creates like a strange effect. Like when you wear this top and you start moving around, this part here starts to like swing back and forth. So it almost looks like you're wearing a bib. It's so weird. But in any event, it is a little bit longer in the back, so you do have a high-low situation happening, which is great because, again, you can wear a top like this with basically anything. You can certainly tuck it into a pair of shorts on like a cool summer day, and because you do have the length in the back, you also have the option of wearing it with leggings when you want like an elevated casual vibe. Okay, so next up, she sent me this gorgeous 100% cashmere cardigan. You guys, I love this color blue. It is so stunning. I'm so drawn to periwinkle shades. This is so beautifully soft and romantic and feminine looking. I just love the style of this. Unfortunately, I cannot wear cashmere. It literally drives my skin crazy. Although I will say, like, if you are in the market for cashmere, definitely check out this label, because out of all the cashmere I've tried on from Stitch Fix, this has definitely been the softest. So style-wise, what I really appreciate about this cardigan is the fact that they went with a dropped shoulder, which always just adds that effervescence, which is particularly interesting when it comes to cardigans, which inherently can look a little bit stuffy and matronly, and that dropped shoulder just gives it like that effortless slouch that is so modernized. It is a little longer in the back, so you do have a slight crop in the front. Again, just adds like a youthful vibe that's still appropriate for all ages. And I do like the fact that they went with the white buttons in the front because it just adds a nice contrast. This top to me just had such vintage vibes that I immediately styled it with a tulle skirt that I have that I love whipping out on occasion. So combined, this outfit literally made me want to go to like a sock hop. I just loved the effect because, again, it's just so beautifully feminine. All right, so there was one top in here that when I first pulled it out of the box, I was like, what is this? Still to this day, don't quite know what this top is trying to be. I think it's trying to be like something like a sweatshirt combined with a pullover. I don't know, but in any event, my husband was like, that looks like a vintage baseball jersey, and he's absolutely right. Now this is like a cotton viscose silk blend, which is very soft to the touch, almost like plush, but it does have a raw component to it in the form of a raw cuff and also a raw hem, which I just don't like. Now you do have the contrasting stitching, which just gives it like an interesting look, and then that does match the crew neck. Now this top is weirdly interesting because it actually is reversible. So you can, if you so desire, flip this top inside out, which is kind of interesting because when you do that and you wear it with the cream side out, it just looks kind of like a pajama top. It's strange. Like, I don't know. When I tried it inside out, I just felt kind of sloppy in it. Like there was something about it. But in any event, it's interesting in the fact that you're basically getting a 2-for-1 with a top like this. And it does feel like it would be super warm. Okay, and finally, my stylist knows I am all about the super high rises and also a wide leg pant or jean. So she sent this pair of dark denim here. Now, ironically, I have a pair just like this, but it's just slightly lighter of a rinse. But in any event, these have such a beautiful high rise to them. Oh my gosh, love the way they fit and feel. Now this is primarily cotton. It does have a smidge of polyester and also spandex, which give them a nice stretch without being like overly stretchy. So just really comfortable fit. And then while it does have some whiskering across the thigh, that does dissipate into a beautifully saturated dark rinse all the way down to that kicky wide leg with a proper cuff. Again, I love it when jeans do not have a scissor hem, which are hard to find these days. But in any event, there is no distressing on these jeans. Like I said, they have a beautiful fit to them. I actually really like them, but for the fact that I have something almost identical in my closet already. Okay guys, so for this month's Small Business Spotlight, I wanted to introduce you to DACHSTEIN Woolwear out of Austria. This is a very small family-owned business that is comprised of, I think, 7 or 8 family members, and they hand knit woolen products like caps, socks, and also mittens. So my neighbor actually turned me on to these mittens because historically I've always had freezing hands. Like no matter what I put on my hands, they're always cold. And now that we're living in the mountains, like I had to find something that would actually keep me warm. These have been absolutely fantastic. Again, these are hand knitted. And then as I understand it, they also boil the wool. So it creates like a really dense product that thus is extremely insulating. So because I can't wear wool on its own because it drives my skin crazy, it's so itchy, my theory in getting these was that I would just layer them over my normal glove. So basically what I do is I will just slip my glove on like so, and then I will add the mitten over top of it. And it literally creates like the most insulated, it's like a little heater on my hands. These feel so amazing. Now I will say that these are not cheap. Like these are definitely an investment. My husband got them for me for Christmas. But again, if you have just super cold hands and if you live in a colder climate, I think it's well worth it. But in any event, I will link all the information about DACHSTEIN down below because I just think it's super cool that they are literally handmade by this family in Austria. I think that is so sweet. It just gives a product like this such a special touch. Okay guys, so that is it for this Stitch Fix, and obviously because these clothes aren't cotton, I'm not going to keep anything, although they were super fun to try on. Like I said, I think Jessica did a fantastic job. I will say that I'm so tempted to keep the jeans, but I do have something that's really similar in my wardrobe. And if you guys are new to Stitch Fix and you would like to check it out yourself, I do have a referral code down below. If you use it, it'll kick 25 bucks off your first order. And then as a courtesy, the company will also kick me a $25 credit to use on future purchase of my own. But in any event, thank you guys so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you're having a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.